keep us busy, and with that, we'll get to work. Thank you.
I miss the people, of course. It's been an amazing, amazing experience interacting with everybody. Everybody's excited and is thoughtful and engaged in interesting and substantive discussions and questions and purposes.
But I mean on the coding side.
Yeah, but that'll be easy. But
you have to have the language, is what you're saying?
Well, it'll make more sense if you do. People up and down the organization know the community, they know the issues, and they are much more sophisticated and knowledgeable about getting the job done, knowing what the job is. This is just not the same organization it was when I became chair, and it's definitely not the same organization when I first got involved in 2002. We're much more grown up.
What do you feel like is your biggest accomplishment in that time frame?
It falls into a couple of different buckets. The things that everybody wants to talk about are the big things. The GTLD program, that transition, externally visible things. And I think for me, the transition is a big, big thing. I took a number of actions and I worked hard at trying to be helpful. And nonetheless, I can't take credit for the way it played out. Fadi and I think NTIA, in particular Larry Strickling, deserve a huge amount of credit. I've done a small set of changes to the way we operate that have actually been very important and aren't first of mind for anybody. We had a staggered board terms, people coming and going at odd times. And yet, by simply deferring the seating and having everybody start at the same time at the AGM, it's amazing how much smoother it is. And nobody's going to pay any attention because it's a problem that just doesn't occur.
Right.
So that's an example, and there's a couple of more like that.
All those in favour, please raise your hands. I think that's a vote in favour as well.
While I was on the board earlier, the board was in a contentious state, not well functioning. What emerged was a kind of board within a board, one of the things that I was very definite about in my mind is that I wanted a much more inclusive operation. I wanted everybody to feel right. And, there's a bunch of egos and differences, experiences, so you can't do a perfect job, but I think we made a qualitative change, and I hope it persists.
What will you miss the most?
A really talented, energized, diverse set of people in the community, on the board. The demographics and staff are astonishing. It is one of the best educated and culturally diverse and experienced set of people.
I want to talk about you personally.
Yeah.
I've known you a number of years. I've never seen you happier or more ebullient than when your grandchild was born. Tell me about that.
Children, and the younger they are, the more so, are full of energy, and they're innocent, and they're eager. They spend their time learning, and their minds are at work, and they're getting control of their bodies, and the growth process is amazing, and so it's just a joy. And in our particular case, the only grandson that we have is just an epitome of that. Sam, watch.
Whoa! Yay!
He is just full of life. It just brings a smile.
You and Beth have an interesting relationship. She's an amazingly strong woman.
I've noticed that. On our very first date, a blind date many years ago, she was just engaging, and I was just instantly attracted to not only her quick wit and quick mind, but her total comfort. She's not a needy person, and it's just pure joy. Our running joke is that we're on our second date. And, so it's been 40-odd years, long second date.
What's the one message you would like to leave to the community, the organization, your fellow board members?
Focus on solving problems, getting to root causes. Focus on doing what's best for the community as opposed to short-term goals or vested interests.
Steve, I will miss you.
We'll stay in touch.
Steve Foddy, welcome. It's very early Friday morning here in Singapore. ICANN 52 ended only about 12 hours ago. Steve, can you tell us, did the airline lose your pants?
So, Brad, I'm glad you asked that question.